Hey, reporters, welcome back to my channel. Listen, it looks like it's going to be a teen mom news day. I know that like in November and December, I did not really speak all that much about the show, but January is already proving to be one full of teen mom news. But before we get into today's story about Dr. Drew defending his decision to ask Maci Bookout's son, who is about 13 years old, Bentley, about his deadbeat dad, his relationship with his complicated father, perhaps. Let's get into something. So for today's recap of Family Reunion, I just want to let you guys know my actual MacBook that I use all the time to film and stuff just like crapped out on me. I was watching Narcos Mexico last night, and then all of a sudden my screen goes black and I have not been able to turn my computer rack on. So I went to the Apple store today, and unfortunately it's a problem with the motherboard, so they were not able to fix it at the store. It's going to take a week for me to get that computer back. So what I have to do now is see if I could transfer my VPN to this computer that I'm using right now. Just an FYI, okay? So everything's a little bit different because it's a different computer. Anyway, let's get into the story, shall we? So in the reunion episode of Teen Mom Next Chapter, Maci Bookout got up on stage with her son Bentley Edwards and her husband Taylor McKinney. And Dr. Drew, who is the host of Teen Mom, asked her son Bentley a question about his father, who's asking how the relationship is going, if he sees him often and whatnot. And as you can imagine, the relationship is not great, and Bentley is not seeing Ryan all that often. And so apparently a lot of you guys were upset at Dr. Drew for asking Bentley those sorts of questions. But listen, my opinion is this: at the end of the day, it's his parents' responsibility to protect him from these sorts of things, right? So if he's on stage answering these sorts of questions, it's because his parents allowed for it. Right. So now in an interview with the Sun, Dr. Drew actually responded to the backlash. And so I want to play that interview with you guys, and let's just see what he had to say and talk it out. OK, so let me just adjust my mic per usual and press play for you guys.
Do you ever regret asking certain things? Like I know you asked Maci's son about his absent father. Do you ever regret, asking certain things that are a little touchy?
I don't remember. Is there something specific you have in mind?
I guess you asked Mason's son Bentley, how he feels about his father Ryan being absent, and
I believed I'd asked Maci ahead of time if it would be okay to go there. So no. Look, everyone agrees to be open. We all sort of talk about it, and we go out there, and these women very kindly share their lives with you. Now they may not be able to connect the dots on some of the things that are happening, and so I have to kind of probe in a little bit to kind of help them do that. But no.
So there you go. There's no regrets, with an A, regrets, on Dr. Drew's end. And he explains that the reason why he even asked Bentley those questions was because prior to asking him those questions, he asked for permission from Bentley's mom, Maci, and Maci agreed to it. You guys, this is the same woman who aired Bentley's private conversations with his therapist. She called therapist on the show, put it on speakerphone so we could learn about Bentley's mental state, etc., right? Like, it really is just a Maci decision at the end of the day. And I know there's a hard, because a lot of you guys, really love her, and you think that she is the epitome of like teen mom, successful mom sort of thing. And I get it, but it really is black and white here. You know what I mean? And what I'm referring to is the fact that Maci doesn't really care for Bentley having privacy, okay? That's the reason why his whole life has been broadcast on the show. That's the reason why his therapist sessions have been broadcast on the show. Private convos with his therapist have been broadcast on the show, etc., etc. So there you go, you guys. I don't know. There's really there's no nuance here at the end of the day. Ryan is still, from what I believe, if I'm not mistaken, suffering from addiction problems. he's not personally allowed on the show. Maci has decided to kind of hold another ultimatum, which is that she won't film if Ryan is on the show, which is odd to me because she claims that it's because she wants to shield Bentley from the consequences of his dad's addiction. Yet that's still very much a big topic on the show for her last I checked, or just Ryan's state in general and his relationship with his son. So I don't really understand that. I find that a little bit iffy, but I digress. You know, I do have a question for you guys. Does Ryan not have any rights? Like, what's their kind of arrangement here when it comes to Bentley? So it seems as though Maci has like 100% control over whether or not Bentley is put to work on the show. The custody schedule is pretty much on her own whim as well. So what really is the arrangement that the two of them have together there? I am quite curious, because I've been saying that the reason why Bentley was even asked about that was because his mom gave him permission. But I kind of wonder, like, can Ryan pull his permission for Bentley being allowed to film the show? Because if so, if he has that power and he chooses not to, then that's on him as well. You know what I mean? Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think about all that, or what you're aware of in regards to their custody situation in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.